The number one problem that happens is heat. And heat comes from two things. The radiator goes out and it overheats, or you overwork it and you're not paying attention to it, or heat because it gets low on fluid. And then the fluid gets contaminated, and it's just a balled up process that it just gets a rolling boulder down a hill. It just gets bigger and bigger and more powerful problem until bang, all of a sudden it's not working. And you go, I don't know why that happened. Well, the reason it happens is because it gets ignored. Plain and simple, gets ignored. Okay, because it's just not thought about. All right, so what is the way to, even though if you still want to ignore that thing right there, that if you make a couple steps, make them last a lot longer than most are lasting these days. All right, and this is coming from 41 years of me doing this sort of thing, and I have to this day not had to take a car or truck for myself or the wife that we drive daily to the transmission shop. I ain't never paid that bill. And I've had some cars go 300, 400,000 miles. And the engine went before the transmission did. All right. So now I'm going to tell you the secret. All right. The secret is, and this is buying a newer vehicle. Okay. So if you're buying one with 20, 30,000 miles on it, you know, you're kind of past the window. But like, I have had the opportunity many times in my life to buy a brand new vehicle. Okay. 4 miles, 5 miles on it, 10 miles on it, brand new. All right. With a brand new vehicle. After 10,000 miles, the pan gets dropped, transmission filter gets changed, and it gets topped back off. After 10,000 miles. All right. That's going to clean out all the braking stuff, all the additives and everything they have from the factory. And that's going to clear it out, give you nice, fresh, topped off, leveled off transmission fluid to keep the item from being overheated. Okay. At 50,000 miles, the transmission pan gets dropped again. And this is front wheel drive, rear wheel drive, four wheel drive, whatever it is. The transmission pan gets dropped again at 50,000 miles. All right. New filter, new fluids, but 1 jug of Lucas transmission fix. It has additives in it and stuff in it, and I've lived by it religiously for 40 plus years. Okay, it is really, really good stuff. Okay, it's got the stuff in it that it needs long term. Okay, everything goes back in, and I'd almost bet for Susie Homemaker, driving her whatever car it is, that the only time that transmission fluid gets checked is when it goes to the quick lube. I'm not saying, I mean, quick lube, it's, you know, it is a necessary thing to a lot of people. All right. But that's the only time that dipstick gets pulled out, because there is a dipstick in every vehicle for your transmission to be checked. All right. So you can make yourself a note, do something, put something in your phone, do whatever. At 80,000 miles, check transmission fluid level. You know, it's at 120,000 miles, check transmission fluid. 150,000 miles, check transmission fluid. Because if you don't, and you run it low, you are taking the chance of messing it up. Because a transmission, an automatic transmission, is a hydraulic pump. It runs off of fluid pressures to change gears, and now solenoids to change gears. Okay, so it's just, and if contaminants get in there, if it gets low, if it doesn't have enough pressure, things start getting burned up. Things start breaking. Things don't start working right. It starts throwing codes. You know, it has issues. So I can't express more how direly important it is not to ignore your transmission. Would you like to be part of something special? Uncle West Garage now has memberships, and that's open opportunity to be behind the scenes, to get information nobody else gets to see, to see things, possibly get to see things before anybody else sees them, things like that. If you would like that opportunity, there's a link down below for the memberships for Uncle Buck's Garage. Please sign up. Because these things aren't cheap anymore. You think, I mean, they're almost as expensive as an engine. So you could either take a little extra time out of your life to maintain your transmission, sight unseen, or you can pay the tag, pay the price tag. I myself, that's a no-brainer for me. Like I said, 41 years, I've never had to take something of my own to the transmission shop. And I've had front-wheel drive trucks, cars. You know, I had an old Chevy Lumina that went over 400,000 miles. I gave it to an aunt at 300,000 miles, and the motor blew, but transmission was still pulling. And I did that process. I did the exact process with that Lumina. Front-wheel drive, you know, 3.8 liter, yeah. 93 Lumina, 92 Lumina, yeah. And it ran forever until the motor just gave up. I think he actually run the motor out of oil, but it is what it is, you know. But that transmission was still good. So it can be done. It's a necessary thing to be done. Save yourself money and heartache and time. Service your transmission. Don't forget it's there. Y'all have a great day. Because a great day today could be even a better day tomorrow with a working transmission. So if you want to see my best little video ever made, right here. If you want to see the one that they say is best for you, is right there. Y'all be good.